Welcome back to Dreamcatchers. With me today is Dega Lazar, the creator of APTN's show By the Rapids. So earlier we were talking about some of the movies that Dega made, and one of them that gained a lot of acclaim made it to Sundance. Can you tell us about that movie?
That film, Lauren, was Might of the Star Chaser, which was basically an indirect sequel to that first movie I made with my friend Gahirodu Scott. Again, I called him up. I was working as an intern at the production company in Toronto. I called him up and I said, dude, they're telling me I have to produce my own movie. They're going to teach me how to do it, but I want you to co-write it with me. And we wrote this film. It's basically what I tell people is it's almost like the Mohawk version of Team America, if you've ever seen that. It's puppets, and we build sets, and it's comedy, and it's all sorts of crazy stuff. Anyway.
So what did it feel like to actually be at Sundance?
It was really cool. I had been there the previous year to showcase some of my work. It was part of a showcase, part of the festival. It wasn't technically in the festival, but going on that trip motivated me to go, I need to make something and get my name out there and to get, you know, a lot of people seeing what I do. And basically, I made Might of the Star Chaser, submitted it blindly sort of thing, and you get a phone call that you got in, and it's, you know, someone telling you. The coolest thing though, besides the phone call, is the actual official letter that they give you, and the coolest thing is on the top it says, on behalf of Robert Redford and the entire Sundance Institute. And that was my mom's favorite thing, you know. It was like, screw making movies, oh yeah, you got a film, but she got I gave her the letter. It says on behalf of Robert Redford, so that was her big thing. But that was really cool to go down there, and I went down with some of the cast and crew that worked on the film as well, and we all went down there and got to show it, and it was a really cool experience.
Did you get to meet or see any celebrities?
The second coolest thing that my mom appreciates, that what I've done so far, is when you get into Sundance, one of the big things that the directors always talk about is the director's brunch. Why? Because you get to meet Bob. See, and you get to say it like that too, because
so Bob is Robert.
Bob is Robert Redford, and you get to meet Bob. And so basically, it's this very formal thing. He speaks at this podium, and he comes down. Funny enough, I was sitting next to the Super Size Me guy, and he wasn't even famous yet. He was at Sundance showing this movie, and of course everyone knew how good it was going to be because he was the first one that got to meet Robert Redford. And I waited. Finally, I got my chance, and I got my picture with him, and my mom loves me for that since then. But you know, I got to meet all sorts of cool people, and the other cool thing about that is, you know, going out to these things, going out to anything if you're interested in. I went out to this film festival, you go to other film festivals, you meet people that are like-minded like you, and then these people support you in what you're doing. And so it's like this snowballing effect of like positive reinforcement in your life. So if you are into art, go to art shows, because you're going to meet art show people just like you, and then maybe you can collaborate and create something amazing, you know.
Is that something that you would recommend or suggest to youth who are looking to getting into film?
I would say that to anyone who's looking into getting into anything, because I think that's what needs to happen right now, is a lot of people go, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to do. Well, you know what? Get up and figure that out, because, you know, I was lucky at an early age. I latched onto something, which was storytelling. And I've been doing that in so many different ways. Like when I was 8, I was convinced I was going to be an actor or a comedian. And that's when I started doing the theater in town. But then I found another storytelling, filmmaking. So I joined AOX. The thing is that I was always surrounding myself with people or an environment that would help me in doing that. And I think the hardest thing is just, you know, finding out what you want to do, and when you do what you like doing, you're only going to get good at it and better at it, and you're only going to keep doing it because you like doing it. And so basically, again, going back to that first night after Bat Kid, showing it and you get a standing ovation, I felt like $1 million. It changed my life. And so every production that I'm doing, I feel that again. You get that hit. You know what I mean? It's the best feeling in the whole world. And if I had to say something to, you know, the kids, is basically like, I think that's it. It's just finding out what it is and going for it, and, you know, just not being afraid.
What are some of the obstacles that you encountered while trying to pursue your dreams?
I think it's the biggest obstacle was myself, because no matter what you're doing, no matter what is happening, bad stuff happens in your life. You know what I mean? Stuff gets hard, work gets hard, relationships get hard, all sorts of things, and that's going to happen to you no matter what. But if you could be going through that anyway while doing something that's amazing and makes you feel good, then that's a better quality of life, I think.
How did you keep that motivation going despite any hardships that you encountered?
I don't know. I don't have that answer. I think, again, it's that going back to that feeling you get, like, it is hard. There's some things that I want to accomplish, but that road up there to get it is littered with things that are going to try to break you. And the thing is that I know what it's going to feel like once I reach the top. You know what I mean? Where I have an idea, I just know that it's going to be so good once I get up there. So that's why I keep doing it.
So now that By the Rapids is where it's at, what's next for it? You're working on season 4 right now?
I just wrapped season 4. We just did the last bit of the Mohawk translation for it. And so that will be airing real soon on APTN. I don't have an air date for it just yet, but we'll be finding that out real soon. I'll be letting everyone know about that. And right now I'm developing season 5, which is writing lots and lots of scripts.
Okay. So that might be aired or it might not. You're just sort of...
Season 5 right now we're just developing, but if it does go into production, I won't be doing that until next year.
Okay. And what I really want to know is, how does it feel to be back home after being in Toronto for how many years?
I've been there on and off for about 8 years, and it's very cool. And it's one of those things, I wake up and I'm home. And that's a weird thing for me. It's just a really, really cool thing. So I'm just looking forward to seeing everyone, seeing family, chilling out and resting.
And what was the #1 way that you stayed in touch with your family while you were away?
Internet.
Internet. Chatting?
Chatting, Facebook, that's always a cool thing. So if there's kids out there, you know, you're going to school and you're afraid about being lonely, come on now. You have high-speed internet. There's Skype. There's all sorts of stuff. Don't be afraid. Go out there and get an education.
Well, thank you so much for being on, Dega. I really appreciate it. You are genuinely a true role model for our community.
Thank you.
And I hope that you inspire a lot of our youth. For Dreamcatchers, I'm Lauren McCumber, and just to let you know, hair and makeup is provided by Gogodzio's Beauty Salon.